in one hand, we all are like hunters, We are looking for peace, we are looking for quiet place, we are looking for to stay in a very simple and not not with like a troublesome or something like that places. But many of the people are getting fed up at the end of the day because there is no there is no place what they're looking for in the world. Do you know why? It's because we're trying to find something new. I mean, the people are looking for something different than what they're doing as peace. They are using the word peace, but many of the time they don't know what it is or how it really feels. We believe all the time there should be a peaceful place to or a quiet place to be relaxed or to be happy or to be safe. And many of the time when we're trying to find that place, we cannot we cannot find it anyway. We are very rushed to find that peace. We oftenly says other people's to be quiet, yet our inside mind is very loud. Many of the time people usually say settle down people, but in the other hand, inside their soul they are on fire. Inside their mind it is a very conflict. It's not settled down at all, yet they telling other people to be calm down or settle down. In spirituality, my dear friends, this word peace we cannot find outside. We cannot find outside at all, unless if you found it inside you of yours. That is a very very deep, meaningful story. One monk started to walk on the journey alone, and in the middle of the way, he met other guy come from the other direction. Okay, both of them started talking, and that layperson wants to know how is the people along the way, and how monks got what kind of experience monks has. And he asked for the monk, how how was the journey, is people good to you? Well, the monk is wise and he's kind of like a mature one, so he says, how about you, how did you feel? Then that layperson says, oh, it was very trouble. People are not good all the time. They are not kind to me at all. They are not helping or supporting. Yeah, the village I passed, oh, it is a chaos. Yeah, next village will be the same for you, but not for me. The thing is, my dear, the world always, the world is always a trouble. It is a, it is a very chaotic place actually. Everywhere can be a war or troubles, or people are shouting and especially loud. We cannot find peace. We cannot find quiet place many of the time outside from the world, outside from us. But if you have inner peace with you, if you have inner peace with you, if you are settled down inside your mind or inside your soul, you are no longer dependent. You are no longer depend on what others do or what world do or does, because you already have the peace. You are not seeking a peace, you are not looking for it, but you are the peace. You are become the peace. That's what the that's what the deep meaning of the spirituality or the Buddhism, I could say, about the peace. That's why it says, without peace within yourself, you can't find it outside at all. If you don't know how to speak peacefully, how to live peacefully, how to think peacefully, how to live our life peacefully, how to manage our problems peacefully, we cannot find peacefulness from the outside, because we don't know how about it, because we don't know how it feels, how it looks like. We don't know about it. But in Buddha, he usually telling us, he usually told us to make ourselves peacefulness first of all. First of all, be peaceful inside ourselves. Try to be peace ourselves, within ourselves. Try to understand how to speak peacefully. Try to understand or try to learn how to live peacefully with yourself and with others as well. First of all, actually, we need to learn how to live with ourselves. That's why we do meditation. That's why we do the meditation. Meditation is all about making peace within yourself. I know when we start meditating, it always problems, can be problems, but pain is inevitable in one hand, but suffering is optional. We can guide ourselves or our mind or train our mind. We can train our mind to be peaceful about the pain, about the pain. That's what that's what we are training. That's what that's what we are trying to do while meditating actually. It's not about chanting a mantra or chanting verses. It's not about stay like looking for only breath. It's not about thinking something like this is insight or whatever, but find peace inside yourself with the showers. When you sit, maybe in a quiet place or not, you can you can hear the loud noises or the sounds. Sometimes your body isn't isn't give you any any calmness like you are looking for. And sometimes when you need to focus on your breath, it can be, it didn't appear maybe like you wanted to be, and your mind always wandering around. This is not like you expected. But how about if we put aside what we accept or expect, sorry, what we expect, and accept the fact what you have already right now. Maybe it is the pain. Yeah, it can be the pain. And how about if we stay with the pain? Okay, I will stay for a moment. But generally, people usually think, this is my pain, this is what I have all my life, and this is my soul or whatever, which means it is like it is like them. They always feel the pain or something like that. But in Buddhism, it says pain, it is impermanent. It is not permanent. So when you see these and that kind of objects as impermanent objects, the way through the impermanence, I could say, you will see those are those everythings are not permanent things. It's constantly changing. It's constantly changing. That's where you can be peace with it, because you will understand that you have a courage to bear these everything, and you can do it. That's why meditation is giving us the many, actually I wanted to say insight about how to make peace within ourselves. But in reality, normally people don't know how it feels to be peaceful or the rest or the relax, yet they are looking for it outside, from the outside. And many of the time people are complaining about it, shouting about it, make troubles. We need peace, we want peace, give us the peace. They debate, and they make troubles to the other peoples, and they make wars to find peace. But in the reality, if you see the bigger picture, they are not peace. They don't know what is peace looks like, because they don't know how to speak like a peaceful person. They don't know how to live or how to act like a peaceful person. They don't know how to think, or they don't know how to plan like a peaceful person. Even though sometimes it can appear from the outside, sometimes people can be peaceful, can be calmness. But if you are not peaceful inside of yourself, you cannot understand others. You cannot understand others. Definitely you will be, criticize them. What happened to you? Hmm? What happened to you? What's wrong with you? Something like that. This is the problem we have. But if you think about it, this world is always a chaos. Everywhere can be problems. Everywhere people can make problems because they don't know what is to be free from problems, what is to be free from conflicts, what is to be free from ignorance. People don't know about it. That's what. That's why they're doing. They are doing this kind of, making wars, killing peoples, blaming to others, criticizing each others, and make life difficult, or I wanted to say miserable to others. But these kind of these kind of creativity, I don't think it will create by the God or someone who has really peace. They cannot do it because they see the people not like others or someone else, but the reflex of them. Because we everybody are born like in the same way. We everybody has a mother and father. We everybody have to stay in a womb at least like a 8 or 9 month. We everybody has a childhood life. We everybody has hair or maybe not, like I do. We everybody has a body, so forth. Which means if you if you have a trouble inside yourself, that is the same way the other peoples also feel. That's why in spirituality it says everybody is the same. It's not any difficult or any different. If we see through the like a body or something. But peacefulness is we have to create in ourselves. We have to understand this is how it is. People are traveling so many ways. People are goes, from this country to that country, this place to that place. They booking vacations in quiet places. But at the end, many of the time they are very, very disappointed about it. What they have done, spend so much money because they cannot find what they want. Why? They are not relaxed inside of their life. They are not relaxed with their words, with what they're doing, within their thoughts. So how they find peace outside? They will recognize the chaos like inside what they already has. If appear from the outside, yeah, they will recognize them. If you have a fear, when you go anywhere, you will see the conflict. If you are criticizing, if you are criticizing, when you goes everywhere, you will see the things are troubles, are not correct. But if you are peaceful, everywhere you see, everywhere you see, everything is peaceful. Everything has a different kind of like a beautifulness, I could say, a beauty. That's what we need to practice mindfulness actually, because it is gave us the many of the freedom in our life we never found before. When you speak mindfully, when you speak mindfully, you will hear the sound of what you are saying right now. You will you will feel you will feel the gap between words, the stillness, I could say, the silence. Silence of what? Silence of your words. You will feel it. At that time, at the same time, actually, you can notice whether you are peaceful or not. When you're talking, you can be peaceful or you can be fire. You know. That's why mindfulness is the key to be happiness, to be peaceful. So in our world, my dear friends, people oftenly think or seeking like we are like hunters. In one hand, we are looking for peaceful, or looking for peace. We are shouting about it, and we gathering together, sometimes making war, making some troubles. Give us peace, give us peace. We need peace. But if we wanted to find a peace, we have to be the one. We have to be the one who has it. Without peace within yourself, it cannot be found outside at all. Anyway, today I wanted to invite you to all to remember these things, and while you speak, try to be peaceful. While you work, perhaps in your working time, or in your office, or wherever, or in your house, or wherever, try to be peace. Try to understand how to do these things as a peaceful person. When you think, try to add the calmness inside your thought. Then you will understand how it to be relaxed, how to be peace. Actually, at the same time, you are no longer seeking the peacefulness from the outside, because you have it inside, and it's good enough, because you are full. That's what I wanted to tell today. Talk about it. It's a fine morning today, March 3rd of the March, actually 2026. There are few donors we have today to supporting to our monastery, starting from Nimro Panigala, Mrs. Nimro Panigal from Australia, and she's a very young lady actually. She wanted to start her journey to supporting monks and doing good things. This is very good, and their parents usually inviting them to do these things, and I'm really glad about it. Okay, thank you very much for supporting us, and Dr. Specialist Mrs. Anuma Veervardhan and Dr. Specialist Priyanka Vijay Singh also supporting us, and they usually uh, they are actually they are very good friend of us to our monastery, and they support a lot many of the time when we have many troubles, especially with these health issues. So thank you for supporting ourselves, Dr. and Dr. Anuma and Dr. Priyanta Vijay Singh, and Mrs. Varni Samantika Handuneti wants to blessings uh, to the mom who has passed away 6 years ago, and may these merits goes to her, and to be the happy life. So I wish the same. Sadhu sadhu. And Mrs. Dilhani wants to blessings to her mother, AP Premsili. Today is her birthday, actually 67th birthday, and I wish you happy birthday, Premsili Manini, and may your life good in health. Okay, and finally, Dr. Dulna Migoda, Dr. Mrs. Dulna Migoda wants to blessings to all the family members, including me. Thank you for that, for the good health and calmness of their lives. So thank you for supporting to our monastery, and it is it is great pleasure actually. In one hand, we can find money in the world maybe much easier, but kindness, it is very hard to find. But luckily, I have many supporters and friends who gave me the kindness of yours, and thank you very much for that. Plus, I do have a couple of comments. Sadhu Sadhu, the person who depends on religion, he or she depends from that religion. Yep, that is a good point actually. But in the other hand, this is what it happened today. We have to depend on one thing actually. In modern life, like a Gen Z type mindset, uh, don't want to depend others. Okay, they think they know everything, yet somehow they make troubles. So, which means there are things which they cannot understand. They think they know everything because they have devices many of the time, all the time actually, and they are looking for the informations and answers so quickly, quicker than before, I could say. But there are things we don't know about yet, you know. So we have to depend on something. But the thing is, don't give your, I could say, remote to the religion. Try to keep it yourself, but use the religion ideas to make your life not not a big problems or miserable type one, but to make peaceful, to be happy. Okay, so I think in that way it is a good thing to do. It is a good thing. In Buddhism, it always says the middle way path is the path. Otherwise, we can go further. Uh, it will be a problems anyway. Yeah. Perfectly, God is present in the world. Why we are having many trouble problems? Perfectually, God is present in the world. Why we are having many troubles problems? That is a good question actually. God is exist, but people haven't seen him yet. They create a statues thinking about the God is like this, but they don't know God is inside their life. That's what the problem is. They're looking for outside. Doesn't he see these problems? Whoa, didn't you see the problems of the world? When you see the problems outside, is it inside also start to burning? So what kind of peacefulness are you looking for, and how you describe it? That is what they actually really wanted to know. Really, we wanted to know. Many of the time people come to me saying, I have these kind of problems and health issues, blah blah blah, something like that. And I usually ask, okay, I believe that you have these kind of problems. Yes, even though I didn't have it, but I can understand that you have problems, and that you have a pain inside you. Well, can you give me the answer for this question? How it we feel without these kind of problems? How about if you don't have this kind of pains, how you it feel? You know what many of the people give the answers? they are going back to the pain and describing how pain is they how they feel the pain. Always they are talking about the pain and the problems and difficulties and troubles. They don't know how to be free, how to be free from the troubles, how to be free from the pains, and how it feels. In Buddhism, it usually says pinatane, mano pubbangama dhamma in Pali. The mind is the creator. Chetanaham bhikkhave kammam vadami. Mind is the creator. We create everything actually. If you believe there is a God, yeah, there is. If you don't believe it, yep, there is not. It's very simple. If you believe that you can do it, yeah, definitely you will do it. But if you believe, or if you think, no, I cannot do it, ah, I'm not good enough, no, you won't try anyway, because your mind is not settled or is not ready to do that. Okay, so the thing is, the thing is, we can't blame to the people, or we can't blame to the you know God in this version, because he haven't done anything wrong. This is everything created by human. Why? Because they don't know what is to be a peaceful. They don't know how to responsible for everybody in the world. They are thinking about, they're thinking about their ignorance and their wealth, and only their countries, only their problems, or only my problems, something like that. They don't think about others. That's why these problems. It is not created by God. We don't have to blame them. It is not created by the God. The real problem is, we did not recognize the God is within ourselves, or within yourself. When you be peaceful, you will see it. If you are not, you cannot see it at all. That is the bottom line. Wish you all best, all the best. May flowers bloom. Thank you. Say hi. Okay, this is what we are talking today. Actually, today my topic was, without peace within yourself, you cannot find it in from the outside. Okay, so to be peaceful, we need to understand how to act like a peaceful person, how to talk like a peaceful person, and how to think, and how to believe, and things like that. Yeah. So that is why we do mindfulness practice, and it makes us, or it makes you to be peaceful at any time. Okay, so that's what I wanted to give you today. And as a learner of English language, sometimes my pronunciations and my delivering is not quite in order, maybe. Yeah, but I'm trying to be my best, and if I make any mistakes or any troubles, my sincere apologies to you. Okay, thank you for listening, and thank you for your patience, and see you next time. Have a good day.